What's up, guys? This is Jeff with WINBIGPICKS, and today I'll be breaking down my top 4 NBA picks for Friday, November 7th. We got a huge 11-game slate today, and these games are for the NBA Cup, so they do matter slightly more. Before we get rolling, though, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe because you don't want to miss out on all the winning plays we're dropping here every day. Recapping yesterday, we only end up going 1-3 on the picks. That'll happen sometimes when you only got 2 games, that you're focusing on to choose from. Limited in what you can do, but still, no excuse. We made the picks. But the guy that hit for us, John Collins, less than 6.5 rebounds. This one was sweat free. He finished with just 4. He had 0 in the first half. 3 of them were offensive, so when the Suns had the ball, you didn't even need to worry about him bringing in a rebound if they missed a shot. But good read there by us. Another line to keep an eye on moving forward, because the main reason we picked it was his hit rate, as well as the matchup. So if they want to keep putting it at 6.5 for a guy that's coming off the bench, we'll keep an eye out on it. And then the guys that missed for us, Devin Booker, more than 7.5 assists. He finished with 7, but it really wasn't that close. He only had 2 in the first half, and then he only had 5 until a couple minutes left in the game. He got his last 2 in the last couple minutes there to kind of twist the knife with just missing by 1. But it had been a blowout for much of the fourth as well. But either way, tough hook on that one nonetheless. And then over the NFL, one of the worst offensive games you'll ever see. I was looking at the box score, then I was checking in a couple times, thought my eyes were going to bleed with what I was seeing. But Brock Bowers for more than 8.5 targets, just missed completely. Did not get a target in the second half. I don't know what the Raiders were thinking in this one. I'm surprised it was that close, to where they only lost by 3. But he only had 1 catch for 31 yards, 3 targets, just total miss there. And then on the other side, Cortland Sutton, more than 58.5 yards. He only finished with 24. No receiver even topped 43 yards. I don't know how against the awful Raiders pass defense, but Bo Nix, when he was throwing the ball, he was just spreading it to everyone. 16 completions to 8 different receivers. He didn't even throw for that many yards either because the Broncos, they could do nothing on offense as well. So, one of those games where, if you took any overs on offense, like you likely missed. So now, despite going 1-3 and despite these teams' best efforts to thwart us, we did hit on 4 of our VIP picks. We threw some wooden slips together. Reminder as well, if you have any winning slips, you can throw them in the Discord or send them to the email address below. We'll put them in the next video. Stuff like that, the video, for the next day. If you just send them in, post them, and I'll throw them up here for the video. But one of our VIP picks here, Mark Williams, more than 9 rebounds, cash that. Bit of a sweat, to get there towards the end because it was a blowout, but he did come back in the fourth. Paired it with John Collins there. Nice little triple up there. And then 3 other VIP picks that hit. Alex Singleton, you may remember him. We took him Sunday for his assists. They only bumped the lineup by 1, and it was plus money, too. He had been on a tear the last few games, so we went with it again. He hit for us. Then Brandon Jones, we took him on his regular line of 3.5. That lost, but did a little alt line here just in case things go down, and thankfully I did. Went under on 4.5 solo tackles. The Bradley Beal, he's done nothing all year. The hell with the revenge game. It didn't even matter against the Suns because he did nothing here as well. As soon as news came out that his minutes were going to be limited again too, I hopped right on the under. His line didn't even really move at all either. So anybody else that did it, obviously hit as well. But a nice little 4x there for those 3 guys. Now, before we get to today, just remind you guys, over on Chalkboard, if you're not on there yet, get on, because if you sign up with our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, they'll give you a free pick when you sign up, and they'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $100. And the thing about Chalkboard, they got daily boosts, and then the other thing as well, one of only 2 DFS apps that let you cash out mid-game. So, say you got a little 6-man slip going and the first 5 hit and your last guy, he's not playing or it's early in the game, you can cash out, don't got to sweat him. You take the winnings for those 5 guys in the 6-man slip. One of only 2 apps where you can do that. And if you want even more value, those VIP picks I mentioned above, you can get a free month of those. Just send that screenshot of your first deposit you make on Chalkboard over to the email address on the screen here, and free month of VIP. If you can't get the free month because you're already on the app, you can't get that first time bonus, we'll give you 75% off a week, knocking this down to just under $10. Just use the code thank you when you check out with that. And then we still got the NFL and college season pass, all of our VIP picks for football texted right to your phone the second we hit the post button. That's knocked down for the rest of the year. Only 8 remaining. And then still we got the season pass, the NBA, 8 months worth of value, 5 months worth of price. NBA is where we made most of our money last year. It's going to be the same thing this year. We've been killing it so far. So hop on that. Only 19 of those written. I'll be knocking that down next month as well. Now, on to the picks. And we're using Props Madness today. If you want 25% off, use the link below and the discount code. They're the most comprehensive tool going when it comes to NBA player props. They really got it all. So use that link below. Try it out for yourself. But first up, we're taking Giannis for more than 32.5 points. It may bump up to 33, as you can see it already has over on DraftKings. But hop on 32 now while you can. And he's only over this 4 games this year. But today against the Bulls, the matchup could not be any better. Game total, it's high. Spread is close. But you look there at his dominant play type and that dominant scoring zone of right under the basket. Scores 80% of his points right under the basket, and the Bulls are dead last when it comes to that. Most of his points in transition. The Bulls poor against that one as well. Free throws, they don't give up as many as other teams, but it is Giannis, so he may just find his way to the line anyway. Then the post up as well, second worst in the league when it comes to defending that. You want to look at what he did last year against the Bulls? Well, he just eviscerated them pretty much. Going for 38 and 41, could not be stopped there. The other thing too, the usage rate. It's pretty much he's the guy. Not that he wasn't the guy last year, but there was Damian Lillard there last year as well. Usage rate near 35%. So the ball's going to be in his hands pretty much at the end of every play. Now, like I mentioned, do shop around because Giannis, regardless of a matchup like this, he usually is the most. If he's not the most popular play every single time he's on the schedule, he's one of them. So hop on this now before the line bumps up. I'd still take it at 33.5, but 34.5, you'd be pushing it then. So Giannis taken for more than 32.5 points. Next up, over in the Boston Orlando game, we're taking an under. We're taking Peyton Pritchard for less than 2.5 threes. Now you might be saying, Peyton Pritchard, that's all he does is shoot threes. Well, it hasn't worked out this year, and this could be just another side effect. No Jason Tatum, plus Peyton Pritchard. He's starting now. He's not coming off the bench, and he just hasn't been getting it done from three-point land. And the matchup today, just awful for him. The Magic, number 1 when it comes to three-point attempts allowed. Defensively, 5th best in the league when it comes to limiting them. You want to look at other players this year, only 5 of 13 have gone over their three-point line. Now, again, he is starting, so his minutes are, they're going to be up there, between 27 to 37. It's spread's only 3.5, should be close, so he'll be out there longer. But I mean, he's been out there longer all year and just has not been getting it done. Looking at just the attempts that he's had, averaging about 7. His high was against the Jazz, but if you can't make threes against them, who can you make threes against? But today we get the total opposite matchup. We're the number one again in 3-point attempts allowed. The Magic. You want to look at what he did last year during the regular season. In the playoffs, he went over in a couple games there. Regular season, though, same thing. Went under even in his role last year. So I mean, the things with the thing with the Celtics too. Jaylen Brown, he's been getting it done. Most of the scoring going through him, and the other guys, it's just been we took Derek White the other day. He's been going under. It's at 16.5 for him. So the books they've adjusted the lines a little bit. But the rest of the guys as well. The front court guys. They've been doing some of the scoring. But it's mostly been Brown and Pritchard just not getting it done from 3. He has been going to the basket. As you see, his second highest scoring area, where the Magic don't defend well, is right there in the paint. So hopefully he goes there to score tonight, and not from 3. Regardless, he'll probably still take about 7, and if he gets 2 or less, we're good. So Peyton Pritchard less than 2.5. 3-pointers made. We are taking it. And just pausing real quick here, remind you guys, we are partnered up with Betr. If you like free stuff, they're going to give you a whole bunch of it. You just got to use our link below. And the code WINBIGPICKS to get it. Because when you do that, they'll give you a free $10 just to get in the door. They'll give you a 50% deposit match up to $200 on your first deposit. And then for tonight, they give me a Nikola Jokic free pick. Just needs 1 point or assist to hit that. That should not be a problem. And then the big news a couple weeks ago, the payout changes. 3 picks, now 6x. 6 picks, now 35x. That 3 for 6 is huge. You get a lot of value on that, whereas other apps, you might get 3 for 5, 3 for 5.5. You do this enough over time, that extra 6x pays out. It's worth it. The other thing, too, their Betr bucks pay out the same as cash. There's no reduced multiplier on that. And then the mystery multiplier promo they got going for a 2-pick lineup. You can win up to 1,000x. Spin the wheel when you place it. And if you don't get the 1,000x or any of the ones in between, and just the lowest you could get is 3x, just like a regular lineup. So there's no downside at all to that. Other payout increases. If you want to get crazy with it, put a 7-pick plus lineup. They allow up to 8 picks over there on Betr. Win up to 10,000x. Just do some crazy alt lines on there. You never know. It could happen. So check it out. And then if you like team picks, Warner Parlay is the app for you. They'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $250 if you use our code WINBIGPICKS in the link below when you sign up. Team picks, things like spreads, money lines, team totals, first half totals, first to score, last to score, first touchdown score, game to go to overtime, all that stuff. It's great if you're at a DFS only state, because this is the only app where you can get all those picks available, combine them up with player picks. Same thing applies as well if you want a free month of VIP. Send a screenshot, your first deposit on Warner Parlay or Betr over to us, and we'll get you that free month. Now, back to the picks. And next up, we're taking Kel'el Ware, more than 12.5 points. Most apps, he's up to 13. I'd still take him there. On Chalkboard, he's still at 12.5 if you want to run and grab him over there, because I still think he'll go over 13.5. But the reason why, Bam Adebayo, he is out. He left with a toe injury the last game, and as a result, Kel'el Ware, he's going to get more minutes here. As you can see, that last game versus Denver, He got that 7 more minutes above his average. He averages 20 on the year, but he hit it last game as well because he went above those minutes. If we just use our little slider here to change his minutes to, say he gets, 25, he's gone over both games, including one against the Hornets as well. The matchup, pretty good. 21st against his dominant play type, 22nd against his dominant scoring zone. Onto the basket. His second scoring zone from three, their second worst in the league. Can't ignore this either. Similar players have all just crushed their line, 6 or 7, average difference of more than 36% on that. And again, the line, it's gone up. Before I fell asleep last night, I was looking at it. Noticed it was at 11.5 last night. Wish I got on it then. But 12.5, still just as good. 13.5, same thing. If it goes up to like 14, 15, which would be a pretty big jump, I wouldn't take it at 15.5, but 12.5 and 13, definitely hop on it. Looking at the total for this one, it's the highest on the highest of all the games today. 242.5 points expected to be scored. This with the spread, it's close. 4.5. Again, you never know in the National Blowout Association when a blowout will occur. But we hope it stays close. And Kalel should get this done for us. More than 12.5 points. We are taking it. And then last up, over in the Toronto-Atlanta game, we're taking Brandon Ingram, more than 5.5 rebounds. This is at plus money in a lot of spots. It may have bumped down to regular payout. But yeah, hop on this now. 5.5 boards. He's crushed this in 6 of the games this year, including one against Atlanta already, where he got him for 9. And a little curious why this is only 5.5 at such because Atlanta the rest of the year, rebounds allowed 27th, 24th worst ranked against his position as well. Look at the injuries, 2 guys who may have missed time. Jakob Poeltl, he was out for a bit there. He went over in those few games, but looking at games where he's been in, that hasn't mattered either. Average 6.5 when he's in the lineup too. Going over in 4 out of 5. So it doesn't seem to matter, who's in the lineup. When it comes to minutes too, he's a starter. He's getting about 32 a game. No real, difference in which game it's been. So he should see his full run here. The spread is only 2, so it should be close. The first game did turn into a bit of a blowout, but even so, if Atlanta's missing shots, he's pulling on the boards. So great value here if you can still get it at plus money. But again, this one is just way too low. If it bumps up, if it bumped up to 6.5, I'd still take it for the matchup alone. So Brandon Ingram, more than 5.5 boards. We are on it. And just showing you guys a bet I have placed already. Did it over on Underdog. Pritchard under those 3-pointers made. Brandon Ingram on the boards. Giannis for the points. Underdog, they got a 30% reusable boost going all day today. So definitely take advantage of that. We're trying to turn 10 into 89 on this one. And if you want some free money and you want to keep track of your picks, you can do it over on the Pickett app. You want to look us up there, see how we've done over the last year. So up 295 units, roughly. Doesn't matter the sport. We have been killing it. But if you want to download it with our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, and you just sync up any sportsbook or DFS app, they'll pay you to do it. They'll pay you $3 right to your Venmo or PayPal. And there's a chance that $3 could be $100. So it is free to download. It is free to make an account, and they're going to pay you to do it. There is nothing to lose. There's everything to gain, in fact. So check it out with our link below. In the meantime, though, you want more insights and analysis, head over to the Discord because I'm on there now. I'm teamed up with the guys at Doghouse Picks as an analyst with them. They've been crushing it so far this year, so check out what they're doing. I post there regularly throughout the day. Free VIP picks. Any updates, say a player gets injured that we pick in the video, I give the updates over there as well as on the Winnable too. So check it out with the link below. And that is going to do it for us today. Looking at tomorrow, it's Saturday, so, we got that college football. We 3-0 sweep last weekend on the picks. So we'll check out what's going on over there. Also, the NBA 8-game slate for Saturday. So we'll have all that available for you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, let's green out tonight, and I will talk to you guys later.